So when I left seminary in 1995, so I joined missionary school, but of course it was a public school anyway, but it's no longer the cage I was prior to that year. Um, I was a brother, and so I made friends there. It was actually, of course, it was a boys' school. No, it wasn't mixed, no girls, which was even better for me. So it was a complete boys' schools, because some were day students. However, I made friends, like I said, and um, I think when I graduated from the school, I think I spent many 2 years, yes. So when I graduated from the secondary school, which was St. Mary's High School, they don't know. So one of my friends, uh, and his name Ifeanyi Henry Okoye, was when I graduated. I actually learned, both of us realized that we are best friends. While when we were still in the school, we were more like a clique. So we thought we are, no special thing, but when we graduated, we realized that two of us were more closer than the rest of the clique, or the boys in the clique. So we were so close that even the parents, his parents, his brother, and the sisters. No, I mixed things up. It was only his mother. His father, I didn't meet his father. He had transitioned before I met him, so he was raised by his mother. So they all knew me because I always come in to the house, even during the holiday when we were in secondary school and all that. So we were very, very close. Then later on, we chose different universities. So I entered Nnamdi Azikiwe University, and he entered Enugu State University. I could remember there was time I was passing. His mother is a businesswoman, so more like a trader. So when I was passing her shop, and she called me, I was like, why didn't you advise your friends to join you or attend the same school you are in rather than the school you chose? Because they preferred, according to her, that all the friends that her son hangs out with, which is my friend, that I tend to be the only one, she has more confidence in, rather than those other friends that she trusts and all that. Well, even at young age, I'm talking about this happened, I think 1999, 2000, something like that. Even at that time, when I was still young, I still don't influence anybody on what he or she wants. Of course, we are very close. He was my best friend, but still, I think one of the reasons we are best friends is we don't judge each other. We don't try to change each other's perspective in life. Of course, we have things in common. If not, we wouldn't have been friends. But notwithstanding, we don't try to manipulate or try to show, shame or prove to each other that, oh, you are wrong, or what you are doing is wrong, or that. Of course, being a friend or a best friend means you tell the person how it is without judgment. Because there are two different things. Telling somebody how it is, people can claim they are telling you what they know, how it is, but they are actually judging you. So we departed, and I think, was it 2000 or 2001? It was in my second year or thereabout. Okay, let me put it this way. I saw him. He was like a few meters away from me, so hold on, guys. Yeah, I actually forgot my drink, so oof. Yep. So, okay. How did I stop? Yeah. So he was few meters away, and I saw him. I was now beckoning on him. I was like greeting him. He was smiling, waving at me. So suddenly, as he was doing that, I felt immediately that was going to be the last time I would see him. So he was waving, smiling, and suddenly he started walking away. Then I started feeling a little bit sad that, hey, does it mean this is the last time we are going to meet? Then as that was happening, beside me was another guy. He wasn't actually a friend when we were in secondary school, but we attended the same school. We are in the same classroom. Because even that my friend Ifeanyi, we same classroom, even SS2 and SS3. We're in the same classroom, but it wasn't a part. But what happened was when I entered university, so I now met the other guy. We were like, hey. So he was beside me at that time. My friend was walking away. So he started telling me something. He said, your friend Ifeanyi was assassinated. He was shot many times, several times, in front of his girlfriend's house. So, because when he said that, he said the reason why he was shot was because of cult activities, that he was a member of a cult. So the other cult retaliated, shot him. Forgetting the name of that occult group or whatever. You know how university is. I don't know about higher institution these days, but I'm talking about the late 90s and possibly late 90s, early 2000s. So if you attended school that time, you understand what I mean. I'm talking about higher institutions, university, colleges, polytechnics. So immediately he told me that, then suddenly I woke up. I realized I was sleeping. This kind of, there are some things that will happen to you, and there are some dreams you will have. You'll be like, no, this is more than just a dream, because throughout that time, all this thing was happening. It was more real. In fact, it was just as real as I'm talking to you now. It wasn't as if the only difference that made it look as if it wasn't that real, because as he was walking away, suddenly this guy that told me this just appeared beside me. The guy that told me that, hey, this is what happened to your friend who is walking away. So he just appeared, and as he was telling me or giving me the information, my friend was walking away. So I woke up, and it was a dream. First, the shock, I woke up with that shock, and of course, I didn't discuss it with anybody. My brother, he knew him. My brother knew my friend. So, but of course, I didn't tell him, it was a dream. But then it was more real to me. It was as if, something just happened, and all of a sudden, I found myself elsewhere. So at a point, there are some times you wake up from the day, you don't even know which one is real. Is it the one the experience you had before you woke up, or why you were awake? We wouldn't know which one is actually the dream. So that was what happened. So I went about my business. But that sort of thing, because that time, this thing happened, I think either 2000 or 2001. Yeah, maybe 2000, something like that. Yeah, 2000. Whatever, thereabouts. So that time, the GSM, I don't think, even if there was GSM then, but it was not common. So only very people could have or had GSM at that time, or had mobile phones. So there's no way we could reach each other. What usually happens is, because my university is actually in Oka, the state capital where I live. So, but he had to go out of the state to attend his own. So whenever he comes back for holiday, I visit him, and we chat and all that. So I went about my business, no way I could reach him. About 1 week later, because that day was still very, very vivid. I couldn't remember whether I noted that particular day happened, but it was still very vivid. So it was time for examination. So I sat in the exam hall. It was actually a faculty course. So the other departments that shared the same course with us, so they came and we all sat in the same hall. Now this guy that gave me that information, I was in political science, he was in economics department, so I was in political science department. So he came in and sat beside me. The funny thing, he sat, I'm sitting here, then he came and sat here. And this was exactly what happened, as in that dream. I was standing like this, looking like this at my friend as he was walking away. Suddenly he appeared on my right. The same thing on that exam, on the table. I was sitting down with the desk. He came and sat down at my right. So, of course, I didn't connect anything. Then we greeted, I say, what's up, this exam, blah, blah, blah. So at that time, they've not started sharing the question papers or the answering sheet or whatever. So we were waiting and all that. Then he now told me, have you heard? I was like, heard what? said, Ifeanyi Okoye, your friend. Because everybody, in fact, while I was in school, while we were in secondary school, they were calling me, two of us, more like twins. Yeah, that's what they were calling us. They were calling us twins, even though I'm dark and he was fair in complexion, but they were calling us twins. The same height, the same body stature, slim and all that. So yeah, so he said, if you're listening, your friend, your twin was shot 7 days ago or last week or so and so day, and he didn't actually use the word shot, assassinated or killed through cult activities by this particular cult group in front of his girlfriend's house. The same information, the same thing, every word to word that was spoken to me about 7 days before that exam day. The same thing, the same individual, the same position, the same side, we were everything word to word. He just uttered it the way it happened in the dream. I just felt, as he was saying that, I started to connect. Everything, the way he said it, it's like what people call deja vu. You're just walking and all of a sudden you realize that this thing has happened to you, as in you passed this place. It's as if you are just passing it again, and everything, all the circumstances, conditions remain the same. But the only different thing in this one is it happened 7 weeks or 7 days before this. As in, I knew, even though it was in my mind, after a while I let it go. I was like, hey, there are sometimes you have some bad dreams or sad, unpleasant dreams. You push it aside. So exactly the same thing. That's what he told me. So as he was saying that, he didn't know, how. I don't say I was shocked, because it's as if when he was saying that, it was as if I already have gone to the shock has already passed, because that first time when I got that message, it was real. So I felt the shock, as if it was very real. So hearing it the second time wasn't that real, but I think, shocked. Not because of what he was saying, not because my friend was no more, but because of what happened. As in how real, how something that happened days before will actually manifest the way it happened to me in the dream. So, we started the exam, and you could imagine how the exam was. He came out and he told me a lot of things like, hey, there are a lot of hits going on, a lot of people are being arrested, even friends and all that. I should stay away. And right now, the family, they won't care, even though, they know I was like a brother to him, but they are trying to push blame to anybody. They believe that he was set up, this and that and all that. So if I show my face, they're probably going to arrest me. That they don't suspect them. They don't trust anyone anymore. So I took his advice, so I stayed away. And I think weeks passed, to be very honest. Probably a month or thereabout. Suddenly I said, come on. He was my brother. I think why I said that was, he came again. I'm talking about this, my friend. In fact, he came again. You know, I think this one, he came. Later I saw him, I didn't feel surprised now, you know. So he sat down and um, I may not want to go into details because we were having conversation, but he wasn't actually speaking, you know. But you know, this kind of thing, you were understanding what was going on, what the message he was passing to you, but he wasn't speaking. So it was after that, after the second visitation, I decided, no, I'm going. I will go to that place. Whatever that's going to happen, let it happen. Of course, before then, I've informed my brother, and so the day I wanted to go, my father said, hey, even though you know, he was a friend, and he also, you know, when he was in his physical body, was always visiting us. Everybody knew him, my parents too. So that, yeah, that he would go with me. So I drove. My brother joined me in the vehicle, drove to their house, entered. Immediately I entered, the sister was there. They were all graduated, of course. Even started working and all that. Because he was the last born. So the other brother was already married, had children, or had a kid, I think. Yeah, because when I knew he was married at that, but I didn't know, probably, because I saw him with a kid. He was carrying, so probably it was his kid. No, I entered. But the mother was the first person to make comment. He was like, Ikenna, where were you? No, she didn't break down like started crying. No, she didn't. But she just kept, where were you? That doing all these things, when all those things were going on, that she was just looking for me, because she was like, hey, yeah, she has a son, but that she need another son beside her. And of course, I didn't have any phone. Probably they don't. Yeah, they don't also have a phone too. It's only if I appear they will know, they will see me. You know. And my parents would have consoled her, you know, and all that. Of course, I didn't tell her the reason why I didn't come, because when she was saying that, I actually felt bad that, hey, probably I took the wrong advice. I mean, even if they wanted to arrest me, it's like arresting your son because you didn't trust. I mean, even if somebody actually set him up, I wasn't in the same school, so how would I know what's going on there? So we started talking. I'm coming to the reason why I'm doing this video. So we started talking, and they started explaining. They said, of course, they actually confirmed to me what that guy told me. That, yeah, they are suspecting everybody, arresting a lot of guys, that they set their son up, having killed. Because they believed convincingly that he was not a cult member. He was not a cult member, so whoever that did it out of either jealousy or a mistake, or, you know, whatever that. They kept saying, especially the brother, that, oh, after all, he passed through our institution, university, before his junior brother that was no more. So how could he, if he was in a cult or no, how do you call it? Cult? Can't remember how many years ago. Yeah, that he would have known. So while that was going on, the brother now asked me one question. He said, Did you, if I visit you during that time? I told her yes. Every one of them became silent and speechless. As in, the brother, the sister, the mother, they all kept quiet. And the mother repeated the question. I was like, this. I said, yeah, he came, not once, twice. But I tried to keep the story. I didn't want to give her the details, full details, especially that first one, how I got to know. So at the point she was kind of upset, you know. Upset like, why would he not come to any of them? Her, the mother, the blood brother, the sister, any relation, anybody, nobody, he didn't appear to anybody. Nobody saw him, whether in a dream or felt him or any way. It's now his best friend that he has gone to twice. That time, I myself too was surprised, had no answer to the questions. Later we left. He actually came the third time. After that third visit, no more. Yeah, he did. He came. I'm talking about my friend now. He came again instead, and seeing him was so joyous, happy, and everything. That's after I visited the parents, and that was the last time I saw him till today, or felt him or met him. Now, I didn't understand most of the things happen. I was like, probably I have a gift, to see people who have transitioned to non-physical, what we call death. That was how I took it then. But of course, I was like, there's other people that have left or transitioned to non-physical. At that time or before then, I didn't see anyone. It didn't come to me or anything in any form or shape. But how come this one? So I didn't know why that happened until a few years ago, when I got to know about what really is going on. What really is going on in this our physical life, time, space, reality. He came to me because I wasn't missing him. What usually happens is when people, what do they call it? Lost someone. They will have that, they project it out or stay in the mood that, oh, I've lost someone. They are sad, they are judging, oh, why did you leave me? Oh, you want me to suffer? Who's going to raise the kid? Or this, that, call it the mourning stage. You are mourning for the person who have departed. Some, the Christians will be like, oh, because that was what was going on then. Oh, if he was really a cultist, it means he will be in hellfire. So everybody was like, oh, this is why it's not good to enter cult, because he probably killed somebody, that's why they killed him, because of that. So people had, even though you might say it's right to mourn for somebody, but it's actually negative. Can do, classify, define, no matter how you say it's negative. I'm not saying it's bad, negative, but I'm saying It's not positive. When you are feeling sad, feeling sorry, feeling bad, feeling disappointed, whatever you want to put it, you're not going to get or receive any positive from non-physical at that time, because at that time he had become pure positive being. Okay, you might say a being means he's human. Well, call it spirit if that makes sense to you. But I probably was the only guy who, at that time, no, I wasn't judging him, because his parents, his mother, brother, his siblings were all still saying, oh, he was not a cult member, so they were still looking for passing blame. Oh, they killed this my brother, they killed my son, they did this, they did that. I will find the person, I will kill the person, I will lock him up for life, I will do this, I will do, like I said, it's all negative. And while they were doing that, that positive energy couldn't come to them. But because, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't doubt or question people that said, oh, he was a cultist. Was he? I think so. I mean, come on, he was my friend. Guess what? It didn't stop being my friend because he joined. Even before he entered school, I knew it was going to happen. I mean, he was my friend, and I know the kind of discussion we have and what he wants. But I knew those things are not what I want. I knew I won't be entering school to join any cult activity or cult group or whatever. But I didn't try to talk him out. We all share what we want. So, so when they were saying this and that happened, I was like, I wouldn't say, oh, if he had listened to me, it wouldn't have happened to him, or, oh God, why did this happen? Oh, why didn't I try to convince him not? Why this? No, I didn't do any of that. All I did was, keeping the good times we had together. Remembering the good times, everything that we shared while he was alive. That was the only thing I had. That was the only thing I could remember him of during those times. That's why I was seeing him. So, this is why your loved one who have transitioned to non-physical didn't come to you to give you a goodbye note, a goodbye visit. Of course, that first time, remember, I called it was a dream. I remember how it happened. Immediately, that thing happened to him where he was, in front of his guest friend's house. I was the first person he visited. It was that same day, that same evening that thing happened. He visited me that night. That same day. And funny enough, it was as if he knew how I'm going. I will eventually find out in reality. Whichever one is reality, sometimes he won't even know. He came and orchestrated the same thing for me to see, hey, this is going to happen. This is how I'm going to know this happened to me. The same person. He came and made it happen and left. Thinking of it right now, he just came to remind me that time that there is more to life than what we see physically. Of course, that time I was still religious, a Catholic. So Everybody was like, oh, if you've done some evil, you're going to hellfire. I didn't see that when he visited me. He was so happy, smiling, so it was as if, oh, this is the best part of life. Yeah, that's why, when you see somebody, like I said, this kind of things doesn't actually look like dream. I may be saying it and I look as if maybe I hallucinated. No, it doesn't look like dream. It looks so real. Only difference is that all of a sudden you wake up, your eyes will open, and realize that, oh, what happened? As in, dreams. That dreams can look, even when you're having it, sometimes you look as if truly you're having dreams. This is not real. But it was pure real. Even the subsequent visit. I remember the second time he came, the discussion we had is still something I will keep between us. He doesn't come anymore, he's gone, come on, he has other things to do in the non-physical life. So, but I knew the kind of discussion we had. He came to remind me who I am, why we came. So people who are busy judging, thinking that, oh, he'll be in hellfire. Yeah, hellfire, yet. He was there, coming as a happy man. Come on, it's just that. I think sometimes it takes experience to actually get to know what's really going on, because when you be telling people the conclusion would be, oh, it must be lying, or it must be devil that visited you, or it must be this, it could be this. People always, because of this religion that have entered people's mind, program them from there, that any other thing outside it, any other experience outside it is classified demonic, satanic, because even the doctrine, even that program, did it in such a way that you are not even supposed to even think about anything outside. Once you think, even you thinking something outside that doctrine that you've been programmed into, it means you are possessed, you are, something is wrong with you. So, there are some experiences you will have. You don't need any other. If I may not even want to share with another person because of, what you felt, what you saw, what you experienced. So, any other person's opinion or judgment or perspective means nothing to you, as long as it doesn't correlate or resonate with you. Yeah. So that's why most people, you see, if somebody you loved or care about or close to transition to non-physical, or let me use the word the people use, died, because there is no death actually. See, don't be in a state of loss. If you want to, the person may not actually come. In this case, he came as he was when he was alive in that body. But sometimes they can come in various forms to tell you all is well with them, where they are. All you need to do is find a way to let go. Of course, if you understand this life, that's why when people are asking me, oh, you don't want to marry, you want to stay unmarried for the rest of your life. Don't you know that you're supposed to have kids, you get married, blah, 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 blah. See, when you understand that every person in this life probably is more than 50, 700, 900 billion years of age. When you understand that, you tend to realize that it doesn't matter even if you have a child or not. Because every person you see here, even the animals They are all entities, different individuals, different non-physical, different everlasting being on their own, as in different entities. Let me just use that word, different entities, different energy. Whether it came through you or not, it doesn't matter. So, doesn't mean that, oh, she's gone. Trust me, you could wake up the next morning and you meet him over there and be like, hey guy, oh, so this is how we were before we even came. Oh, this is what we even look like actually before we chose to come to this physical life in this body. Oh, so you are my great grandfather, or you are my son in my past 2 lives. You might say, oh, I must be joking about it. Well, to put it in another way, I've had 2 out-of-body experiences. Yeah, 2. So, yeah. 2? 3? I think 3. I know 2. I just applied to count very well. But I know the first time I had it and the second time. Nobody can tell me again, because I know what I saw. I know what I had. I know what I felt. So when you have such things, you will actually know what we call death. It's only the living that actually feel bad about what we call death. So that's why you don't feel this. It doesn't matter. If you're a mikta, if you're a man going your whole way, take life easy. I mean, I'm not telling you, hey, go shoot yourself. Your life is fucked up. So why stay alive? No. See, if you close your eyes after 5 minutes and open it and you can see open. Let me put it this way. If you close your eyes, then after 5 minutes you realize that you can still open the eye. Then you are not yet done in this life. It means the plans, things you plan to experience in this your physical body, you are not done with them. You've not done that. You've not experienced them. Yeah, maybe you attracted some things that messed up your current reality and it's fucking you up because of bad choices you made. You not call it bad choice, because of wrong choice you made. Doesn't mean you to continue like that. Once you understand that this is something that, hey, you're just here for an experience. Yeah, maybe this one doesn't feel good. Don't worry, it will go. Leave it, it will pass. Don't beat yourself over all these things. So, he came and taught me a lot of things. The good thing about him, why I knew, even though he doesn't visit me anymore, but his energy sometimes still go through my body. I know that whenever I'm dancing, in fact, it was very funny. Because when we were still friends and he was still in the body, I don't know, probably he has he's back on this earth, in another country, different body or whatever. But I know that when he left, I now realized that whenever I want to dance, because at that time, he was one of the best dancers we had then in school, But I could never dance the way he did or was doing at that time. It was so good to watch him. But all of a sudden, once I want to dance, even alone, I saw myself, the same step, the same way he was doing it then, I just see myself doing the same thing. Till this very moment. Remember, this happened in 2019, but we finished our school, was it? 97? Yeah. 97, 98. Forget it. That's when we graduated. So up till now, that's the only step I have. As I'm doing it, I know that, oh, it's as if another energy is flowing to me, flowing to my body. I just follow it and moves like that. Anybody who have seen me dancing, yeah, you will know what I'm talking about. That's his energy at that moment. I just flow. It's not as if I learned all those dance steps. You just see him, flowing to me. Because I allowed him to. When I want to dance, he will come because I appreciated that dance step when he was there. So he knew this is what I wanted. And I allowed him. We are so good to each other, so close that my first date with a woman, first time I dated a woman, and, not just dating, more like the first date, hanging out. It was a double date. My girlfriend, and my girlfriend, I don't know, it was my first girlfriend. And my first girlfriend, so my girlfriend knew each other. So we arranged for the first time, going out on a date. Maybe I'll do a video on that date because it ended very funny. And women are hyper. Honestly, I'll do a separate video. Let me not join the two. So yeah, we were very close. Was another brother I had that time. So I'm also using this just to appreciate you, my friend. If I know you are there, probably too busy with other stuff and because I understand now what it's like in that non-physical realm. So we moved on, but I appreciated our time together and all the things I learned from you. So I'm also telling other people who are watching this, start to appreciate the time you have with your loved ones, and even when they are gone, understand that there's no death. Stop crying yourself, stop beating yourself like, oh, sometimes I wonder why Christians do these things. You believe in Christian doctrine that there is heaven where you go and enjoy. Yet when your departed one leaves, you start crying as if he's going to hellfire. What is wrong with you guys anyway? So, yeah, I understand that you are crying probably because it's painful. But every moment you are reminded that it can happen anything, anytime. Probably you visit other people's funeral, you hear about this happen, all those things. You close your eyes, you don't even know what's going to happen next. So now you start taking it as probably, do you even know how many times you transition? I know it might sound stupid to you because probably your Christian doctrine or other religious doctrine say, hey, no, this is your first existence, and from here you to take it somewhere to be judged, to be thrown to hellfire or thrown to some place called heaven, to now continue to worship somebody else there for throughout eternity and be another, okay, let me not use the word stay, but come on, where you stay and you don't own yourself. If you don't praise the person, you are thrown into the hellfire. Sometimes you don't even understand when you say somebody loves you unconditionally, yet it's ready to punish you severely, like a criminal. Sometimes I wonder if people download that Bible, if they actually sat down very well to think what they were writing. Anyway, so I'm going to end this video. That's why relax. If you want them to come to you, they will come. No big deal. Just enjoy life. Live focus on the moment. Forget about next 10 years. yeah, I know you know, we always want to be prepared so that things doesn't take us unawares. But come on, you're not even sure if you live up to that. Even if you will, you don't even know. Probably you're aiming ₦1,000,000 to become a billionaire. You don't even know. Probably in your path is already there that you. One of the things you will experience is being a billionaire. Or one of the things you will experience is something else completely that is more important than money. Because people focus so much on abundance of money as if that's the only thing that matters. Trust me, guys, that's gynocentrism. A lot of people may not like it because, hey, money, money, money. Money for what? Some of the money you don't even need it. You are looking for the money just to impress other people. That's gynocentric. No matter how you want to look at it. Anyway. So, yeah. So what I think. I just want to use this opportunity to also appreciate you guys that have been donating this Guinness drink for me, to me. So thank you guys. I'm continuing to do repeat videos. Like I explained before, the video I'm doing, the information I'm sharing, the perspective I'm sharing, is not really to impress people or please people. There are some of them that may upset you or you may not agree with. But I'm also doing that to inspire you to think out of the box and not to be a follower. Because that's the problem. People are always looking for who to follow. No, I want you to be a leader. So yeah, certain things I talk about, you can probably, you will agree with me, it will resonate with you and inspire you to do the same or do something similar or follow your own path. That's how it is. So yeah, there's some things I'll do, and don't expect it to please you all the time. And don't expect that because you are donating or giving me gifts, as usual. So because with that you direct what I'm going to say or influence my messages or my video to do only what you want to hear. Not going to happen, guys. Not going to happen. Okay, so I appreciate you guys that have been doing this. I'm going to do, of course, it's very, very important. I appreciate it. I'll be doing more videos as much as I can. You know, it doesn't matter, daytime, night, whatever. That's the good thing about being a bachelor for life. You own your life. You can wake up 12 a.m., pull out your camera or camcorder or video, whatever. I start shooting video, as I'm doing right now. It's almost 12 a.m. But hey, having fun, talking to the camera, who cares? Nobody is there telling me, hey, come to bed, you don't know what you're doing, you're not giving me attention, you're not doing this for me again, you're giving other people attention. Nope, not getting that from anybody. I'm living my life. When I'm done with this body, I'm off. So, talk to you guys